everyone. Welcome back to Marx Library Live.
Yeah, so it's week 9? No, it's way past that.
We have no idea anymore.
We only have 2 weeks of the semester?
Yeah, 2 weeks and then exams. So this week, next week, and then exams, right?
Yeah, and then exams. Yeah. Whew, things are getting real. Okay, so today, we should start with who we are. Well, Stephanie was telling me about a big head a second ago, so I'm very discombobulated.
No, I said that she had an average-sized head.
Okay, I think I have a big head.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, this is big brain. Okay, today, my name, big brain, right. Air. My name is Beth and Stephanie, and I am the Arts and Humanities Librarian here at the Marx Library.
And I'm Stephanie Eversart. I am the Social Sciences Librarian.
She has an average-sized head.
Yeah, I guess an average-sized brain, too.
Mine is overly large. Okay, so today we thought we would cover something kind of quickly that we've done before.
But we thought we would take a different approach and actually show you how it's done.
So this time of year, we get a lot of questions at the circulation desk and the Learning Commons desk, which is, we're starting in the Learning Commons today, by the way. Really, like, students are trying to find books in the stacks, and they really have no idea where to start.
So that's what we're going to talk to you about today, about how the books are organized in the library.
Yeah.
So what do we do? How do
Okay, so real quickly, before we actually go upstairs and show you, I want to talk a little bit quickly about how they're organized, right? So books in our library are organized by something we call the Library of Congress classification system. Yes. So you'll hear librarians talk like LOC or Library of Congress. That's what we mean, right? Like how they're organized.
And that's different from the Dewey Decimal, which is probably what you're used to from like high school or the public library.
Yeah, so you know the really long numbers that were like 978.32578. That's a Dewey number. We don't do Dewey.
Our numbers always start with letters.
Yeah, it's an alphanumeric system. So we have an example.
Yep, we're going to talk to you about how to use this. Is this like reversed for them?
I don't know, but it'll make sense.
It'll make sense.
Okay, so why we use Library of Congress instead of Dewey is because it allows us to be really specific in the designations that we give each book. So the call number does two really important things. One, it's just location, right? Which we'll talk about in a second. So kind of divides the library up into like manageable spaces. Right.
And second is it gives you a really specific idea of what kind of content that book contains.
Yes, and this is where it gets really good, and this is why academic libraries like ours use Library of Congress rather than Dewey, right? Because you'd end up with like really long, obnoxious Dewey numbers.
That's why Library of Congress,
the size of my head, was kind of Dewey numbers.
Was developed to begin with, right?
Yes, because the numbers got to be ridiculous. Okay, so let's talk about the anatomy of a call number. Oh, I guess we should say that each book has a unique individual call number.
Everyone has its own. Otherwise, the system wouldn't work.
Right? Yeah. Okay, so anatomy. Go.
Gross.
Hearts?
Anatomy's fine.
Anatomy.
Okay, so when you find... Okay, so the call number that we're talking about, you probably know this already, but is that number you find in South Cat when you are trying to find a book?
Yeah, and I think number confuses people because it doesn't start with a number. It starts with letters, 1 or 2.
Right.
Yeah. So when we say call number, it's probably going to be like starts with like H or D or something like that.
Right. So it actually starts with a letter. But that's what we're talking about. It'll say call number. That's how you find the book.
Also on the spine of the book, which we'll talk about in a second.
Great. Book. Catalog, book.
That's kind of how it works. Yeah.
Yeah.
We like to put those things together.
Okay, so the first thing you're going to look for are those letters, or is that letter?
Yeah.
Because there could be 1 or 2.
Yeah, and this is where it gets really cool, right?
Right.
So the first letter, or the main letter, right, indicates like larger area, right?
So the book we have here is 100 Years of the 19th Amendment, an appraisal of women's political activism. And so the general category or classification is social sciences.
Which would be H, right?
Right.
Right there.
Yep.
Social sciences.
And then you can be more specific, which in this case is HQ, which is women. Family, and marriage.
Cool. Yeah. Okay. So, the big call number at the beginning indicates subject matter and area, right? Which is really cool because
when you're doing research, when you get up to that area, everything in that HQ.
Subject area.
Yeah, everything HQ is going to be on the same subject area.
Yeah, it's collocation, keeping like items together on the shelf.
So that means that even if you find one book, you can go up there and find a whole bunch of other stuff.
Yeah,
so don't just like focus on the one book, pull it off the shelf, and leave. Look around to see what else you see.
You have a romantic name for that. It's called serendipitous browsing.
Serendipity.
It just means like finding stuff on the shelf that you didn't see in the catalog.
But it sounds very romantic.
Yeah, it's you and the stacks having a moment with a book. Okay, so you've got your either first letter or second letter, right? Or 2 letters. You won't have any more than 2, so 1 or 2. And then what's next?
Numbers.
Here's where the number part starts.
Yes, and these numbers can be short or they can be long. Well, I mean, that's important because sometimes students see, like, if it's just like one number or two numbers, they sometimes stop. And they don't read the whole number.
Write the whole number
so
down.
You're going to see a number
important.
before a decimal point.
Yeah.
Before a period. So it could be like a really short number, or it could be like, in this case, 1,236.
Yeah, and that just goes like regular numerical business would.
Right,
Like
so
it
once
starts
you're up
with
in the shelves and you see those HQs, then you can just follow 1 to 2 to 300.
Yeah, and we'll walk you through that.
Yeah, we're going to show you how to do that. And this just gives a little bit more information about the classification.
Yeah, so it subdivides the classification, right? So just, again, everything, all the numbers are doing is just subdividing concept, smaller, smaller.
So that when our catalogers get books, they're putting them all together. Yeah.
So it's a growing system. It's actually really kind of nerdy and cool. I mean, like, I don't catalog, but it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is cool. It's a lot of hard work and it's extremely
growing
important.
system. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So what's next?
Okay, this is kind of nerdy, and so this is not super important to you guys, but the next neither one or two sets of numbers and letters and numbers is something called a cutter number, and they can be like point U6 or whatever. The cutter number does something. It's again further subdividing. It can either subdivide by more specific concept or by author or editor.
Right.
You guys don't need to know that. Just know that it's there, right? So you'll see like a number, and then it could switch back to alphabetical to a letter.
And it usually
often does. Yeah. And the last thing
is the year.
Pretty easy. Okay.
All right. So let's go find a book.
Let's go find it. Okay. Okay, guys. So we're gonna take you along, and we're gonna switch the camera around, right?
Yep.
Wait. Okay. There we go.
Is it working?
Yeah, it's working.
Whoa! I gotcha. Okay.
Cool. All right. So we're gonna actually like do this for real.
Hold on. We need something before we go.
Wait, what do we need? The call number?
No.
Oh. Ta-da! Okay, so I know my call number starts with H.
You know them all, but our students don't.
I forget. Okay. So call number starts with H, and it's like a big filing cabinet, right? So I'm looking here to see A to HB, or in this case, this is kind of a good one. This is a good example because this is HQ, so it's going to fall between HC to NX. So I'm going to go to the 4th floor north. And north is the new side of the library. So just keep north new or windows, right? Okay.
Yeah, that's a good example because the H's are split.
We're split.
Yep.
I know. Did you do that on purpose?
Yes. I actually did.
Yes.
So pay attention to which H you're going to.
Yeah, which I sometimes don't do all the time. And I'm like, oh,
Wrong.
they're on the opposite floors from each other. Okay, we're going to ride the elevator. It's exciting.
It is.
What? What else should we say about, oh, so while we're doing this, we should probably, we should probably say, sometimes books do get misplaced in the stacks. So if you go upstairs and you follow kind of what we're doing today and you feel like the book should be there and it's not there, please don't leave without talking to somebody at a circulation or learning commons desk about the book. We might be able to find it.
Wrong floor. The elevator. Oh wait, no, we're back. Okay.
Also, so don't leave without trying to find a book if you can't find it. And also, please don't reshelve the books on your own.
Yeah, because as you can see, the system's pretty complicated.
Yeah, pretty complicated. And so unless you're an expert at shelving books, we don't. We want to look on the side of the ranges for letters, right? So it's like, again, like a big filing cabinet. So I'm going to go HQ. And I'm looking for HQ 1236. So I should be between these two numbers. Right?
Yes, I was trying to zoom.
You can't on that one, it's not connected.
Oh, that's right. Okay. I thought I was crazy. Okay. We're looking for HQ. Now we found HQ. We got to look for
Other side.
the number. Right? What number are we looking for?
1236. Well, this is fun.
I think it probably is on the other side. 1236
Oh, it's the very top.
should be in here. Yeah.
Here we go.
1061.
Here we go. 1236. Okay.
All right.
So I found 1236, and now I have a 0.5. So I need to find 1236.5.
Okay. Now we found that.
And now I look for my cutter number, which is going to be U, and this is alphabetical again, right? So that's G, U, U6, A16, 2018. So
That's
this is my book.
We found it. Didn't take any time at all.
Okay, so you kind of saw, sometimes we kind of stumble around a little bit too. If it's your first time doing it, it looks far more complicated than it actually is. But even if it is, like, it may take a minute, but it's a good skill to learn, I think.
Yeah, and all you have to do is really follow it one piece at a time.
Yeah, one piece at a time. So it's going to go alphabetical, numerical, alphabetical. It's pretty simple. Okay, so now that you have a book, let's say you decided you didn't want this one, right? You want to make sure that you don't just do this.
Because then we might never find it again.
That's bad, right? So instead, take it. And put it on what we call the scatter shelves. Things that don't have...
And you'll see these signs that say, leave materials to be shelved here. That way someone who knows what they're doing can make sure it gets put back on the right place, yeah.
Okay, so,
we got 2 minutes left.
Ooh, okay, so anything else? Let's flip it back so we can both talk to it.
Okay.
Okay, anything else we want to say about Library of Congress classification system?
Take some practice. Have some patience, one piece at a time.
One piece at a time.
And if you get stuck, just ask someone for help.
Yeah, and if you feel like something should be there that isn't there, ask, right? Because it could be waiting to be shelved downstairs at the circulation desk.
Yeah, so they might have it right there.
It could also be on a scatter shelf, right? Waiting for somebody to put it back. So, especially this time of year, things get a little messy.
Right.
Up here.
Yeah. In fact, I think as we walked by, we saw stuff everywhere. Yeah.
So, kind of look around for it, right?
Yeah. And if you can't find it, don't assume you just can't figure it out. So either tell us that you can't find it and we can come look ourselves.
Yeah. Oh, we have a nice little comment that says nerds and no one reads books. Lies. Lots of people still read books.
Well, we should like show them all the people that are in the library right now.
Well, in that case, we can just get rid of the collection, right?
Let's just get rid of them all.
Yeah. Thanks whoever you are for telling us that.
Nerds.
Yes, proudly.
That's right.
Okay, guys. So if you have questions, don't hesitate to ask. And thanks a lot.
Yeah. See you next week.
Bye, guys. Aw. Sorry. I don't think I did.